G'day fellas and welcome to a very special casted game. Spawning in on the south side of the map, playing in the color red as the Ottomans, we've got Meback. And on the north side of the map, playing in the color yellow as the Malians, he's back with another Malian game. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the one, the only, the Viper. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are here, a highly illegal, highly classified game. No, not really. We just didn't shut the pup down. And, well, the devs didn't close down the server, so we're still here, still casting games. We're going to be here all damn night casting games, giving you guys the content that you need, that you want, because, frankly, as far as I'm concerned, the pup is where it's at. And if you ain't pup, you ain't stuff. So we're going to just be casting out pup games non-stop all night, and hopefully the servers stay up. Hopefully the game doesn't crash. Touch wood, touch wood. I got some wood right here. I'm going to be touching it, and I'm not talking about that one. Oh god, how far are we through this game? A minute, and we've already cancelled ourselves. All right, sorry YouTube. Meback now on the south side of the map has added in a military school. Looks like it's going to be a single scout opening for him. We'll double check over on the Viper side and see how he's doing. It's going to be a double scout opening for him, so not going too aggressive with either of those scouts, avoiding his enemy's side of the map for the moment. But he has managed to pick up quite a few of those sheep. Still yet to hear. Where's that music? Give me my music. I need that music. There we go. Now it's coming in. You hear that little strumming right there? That's what I'm talking about. I love to hear that sound. And oh, the Drongo build. It's happening. Is it the Drongo build? Hold on, I got to do the math here. He's added a lot onto. I'm still going to call this a Drongo build because we got a military school and a barracks in the Dark Age. The Viper is going up against the Drongo build. It is happening right here, ladies and gentlemen. Meback representing Team Drongo up against the Viper representing Team Yellow. And which team do you want to be on? Do you want to be on the Jake Paulers or the low... Hold on, that is the wrong teams, Drongo. You're going to have to start again from the top. But it looks like, for the moment, interesting strategy here by Meback. He's decided at 87 wood that is enough wood from this straggler tree. He's going to start working on the second straggler tree. I like this. He's taken 132 wood off the third straggler tree. This is nice. And immediately drops down a lumber camp. I like it. 4 villages as well. Gets that really good efficiency out of that. Good opening so far. Second spearman going to be coming out. Third spearman also going to be heading towards that direction of the Viper. Now, Viper very, very fortunately has that gold mine at the back of the base. Now, I don't think we're going to be seeing walls up from him because, well, I think it would be unlikely. And I think even if you got walls up, actually, no, I take it back. Yeah, you'd still be able to get through. You could probably chop through, but chopping through, I mean, you're going to have to... There's a lot of thoughts going into that process. So we see the second spearman now coming out for Meback. He has added in the military school and the barracks. Still quite a lot of villagers here on wood. So it looks like it's probably going to be a bit of a late age up. Typically, if you are on wood this heavily, your age up is going to suffer. You probably want to only about 3 villagers on wood at the moment. Because you realistically don't need to add too many things. You need to add a house, you need to add a mining camp, and that is about it. But we do see the scout making its way underneath the town, so I've got to be careful here. Villagers ready to pop, ready to stop. Indeed they do pop, and indeed they do stop. You can't, once you pop, you can't stop unless you are Meback, who seems to be a bit like a Pringles can and does manage to stop and pop. And now this toll outpost going to get thrown down here by the Viper. Look at this toll outpost. This is very quick, actually. Now, the question is going to be, I think that is just outside the radius. Now, Viper should be able to play it smart. Should be able to bring in a couple of villagers to repair this, but this is going to be a drain on his wood. We'll watch his wood closely because my suspicion is that when he looks to repair this up now, he's going to jump inside the outpost. First one is going to go down. He should be able to get the second one in. God, that's far, isn't it? I think he should be okay from one of these. And oh my lord, this is actually really nice for Viper right here. All right, perhaps you'll start to see players actually do this, where you drop down the pit mine and you only fill in the close side. I think in this matchup, that's probably what you're going to start seeing, because I reckon this is 100% the way to play against the Ottomans, or rather against the Malian as the Ottomans. And I think this is probably the best response to it. You just throw down an outpost. It's like you don't change what you're doing at all. Viper has not been affected by this opening whatsoever. Sure, he spent 100 wood, but what's the big deal? Not a whole lot. Let's just say that much. And now look at the range. Oh, you can see the extra range arrow coming in there. So he's actually able to cover the entire area, no problems. And that's incredibly good right now for the Viper. Now, I think there's one potential weak spot here. It would be, even that's covered. Viper 100% covered right now. I'm loving it. He's loving it. McLovin's loving it. Everyone's loving this right now. Viper looking very good up against the Drongo build at this early stage. And I got to say, I think this is 100% the way to play it. You go pit mine. You fill in a couple of the houses. Only this many houses. However many this is what you want to fill. No more than this. because any further out and you were going to be losing them. But Viper holds, so beautiful little hold there from the Viper. The perfect counter to the Drongo build. Now dropping down a mill as well. Wants to start taking advantage of the huntable deer. Now keep in mind he's got scouts. He opened with a double scout opening here. So he could technically push these scouts in if he wanted to. We can see that they're very close to the town center. This is of course Altai, but doesn't look to do that. 11 sheep as well, so plenty of sheep back here. And age up about to come through. Mansa Quarry, 5 minutes 30. A little bit of a late age up there. But look at the spearman numbers coming out from the back right now. Age up also going to be coming through. It's going to be the Twin Minaret Madras. Now, this is a great map for trade. Neither player looking to go for any trade landmarks. Altai, of course, notorious for its trade. But we do see... What do we have here? Hello. The back going for a cheeky little how's your father, I see. Outpost going to be dropped down onto the stone. Viper, you ain't getting any second town center up, mate, unless you're waiting 4 minutes for it. In which case, you will get your second town center up. Or, I guess, trading. Marketplace trading. That would be your other option. But now, villagers making their way out. Viper looking to break this. Now, there's a lot of spearmen here. Viper's very bold to do this. 12 villagers looking to push out. Villagers in response as well. But the spearmen are quite low on health. Look at the health numbers here. He's also got an archer on the backside. Spearman, outpost does get up. Villagers jump inside that one. Ideally, you'd just throw all the spearmen inside it and let the villagers move on to their next task. But... indeed, the scout goes down as well. Viper looking like he might be in a little bit of trouble. As the saying goes, up shit creek without a paddle. Not a good place for you to be. But we'll check in with Mabak and see how he's doing back on the other side of the map. Only the single military school for the moment. Macro, not the best. And can always be a little bit hard in this transition period, working out what you want to do, where you want to spend your money, what you actually want to get out of it. Because we can see right now he's stacking, he's got 500 food, but what's he doing with it? What is Mabak doing with that food? That's the question that you got to ask. And the reality is not a lot. Unless he's dropping down a stable and going for some Spahi right now, he's not doing much with it. But even then, you're not going to need 500 food. He's up to 600 food now. The consequence of that poor macro. Now we see a little bit of a mistake coming out from the back as villagers are being chased down by the spears. Unfortunately, they go the wrong way and the archer's going to be able to pick them up. So beautiful response coming out from Viper once again. Scout on scout action, outpost in the center. Double stone out here. Very high value target. And now we see a response. It's going to be Imams coming out from Viper or from Mabak. Looking to heal up all this position. Let's see if he's able to do it. Villager number 1 goes down. He's going to be looking to try and repair or rather heal through the rest of it. Outpost probably going to go down here. We can see now he's looking to try and focus down the Imam through this. It's very difficult, but we can see that the shadow and the outpost does go down. He's going to have to fall back away from this. Still healing up this position. Villagers being pulled from the Viper, though. That's a lot of villagers. How many are we talking right here? This is 9 villagers on the front side. Scout going to be sacrificing his life for the greater cause. And Viper now, I mean, he's doing well. He's doing very well behind this. He's effectively dealt with his opponent's early aggression. There's not a whole bunch of stuff that he's done behind this. Now, this is where I love to have expanded with my second town center and also thrown in the military school, the blacksmith, and the stable so that I'm ready to prepare because, you know, at this point in time, yeah, I might not have had an outpost on my enemy's side of the map. I may not have had a second outpost on the enemy's side of the map. But I tell you what I would have had. I would have had a second TC, a third TC on the way as well. That's a great position for you to be in. But we do see that blacksmith now coming down for Mabak. We'll check in over on the Viper's side and see how he's going as he adds more houses in now around that gold vein. We'll double check and see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to be a full circle of 8. Outpost yet to receive the arrow slits, so it could technically go down and do a little bit of damage. Stable also going to be coming in now. I'm curious what direction he looks to go, whether it's going to be the direction of the sofa, whether it's going to be the direction of the fridge, or whether it's going to be the direction of the warrior scout. That could also be another option for him. A little bit of a dad joke in there for you guys. You know, you got to throw in the dad joke. Now I'm a dad. I got to throw in dad jokes all the time. They're not just terrible Drongo jokes. They're also terrible dad jokes, which is what makes them so sincere. But now moving out, Mabak going to be looking to hit that villager line. Take a look and see Viper actually going to be pulling in those villagers. Great reaction time there. It seems like even though Viper's been out of Age of Empires 4 for a while, the reaction speed has not fallen off. At the same time behind the base, look at this. Mabak under attack. Going to be losing out at least 1 villager, so a little bit of tit for tat, if you could. But now, Viper adding in more and more production buildings around the town center. We don't see any real sign of going up to the 3rd age. Throwing down on some sofas. We don't see that warrior scout upgrade coming through just yet. And now those Spahi going to be looking to try and connect with the villagers. Villagers. Going to be going down here. No, it doesn't. It stays alive just by the skin of its tongue. Skin of its tongue, the skin of its teeth. Look at this, back home. Viper doing absolute work against Mabak here. But Mabak now adding in the 2nd military school. has yet to actually get the military campus upgraded. A little bit behind, I guess, with regard to his military production at this point. And did avoid going for Anatolian Hills. I think that Anatolian Hills, probably the one, it drops down from S tier if you go for the Twin Minaret Madrasa. I would say it drops from S tier maybe to A tier. Not as important. Now, for anybody wondering what the houses around the gold mines do for the Malians, if you haven't read up on them, they actually increase the gold generated from the pit mine, which is the unique building that the Malians have access to. So you can build these little bad boys on gold mines, and they generate passive gold for you. But that's what that does. And now we see plenty of cattle on the front side that look to be in a little bit of a bad position. Now, Mabak loves to do this, moving forward with the outposts. We can see that Mabak, for anybody who doesn't know about Mabak used to play Age of Empires 3. I used to ladder against him, and he was an absolute shit talker. He loved to talk shit. Now, I haven't heard any comments between these two guys, but I reckon if Mabak beat Viper, he's the kind of guy to type in the chat like, washed up, you're terrible, like, go back to Age of Empires 2, like, that's the kind of thing he would say if he beat Viper. So, you know, the fact that he's losing out units right here, I mean, it's a good sign for the Viper. Let's just say that much. But Viper going to be able to clean up this outpost. We do see the Spahi also going to be going down the back, definitely losing out on a lot of units. Viper behind this, adding in more and more houses. Unfortunately, Viper, you can't add a second ring. That ain't going to fix it. It is just going to be that first ring that collects that little bonus. But now we see that back on the other side of the map, Mabak, he's managed to bring out the first of the metas. And looking towards that second vizier point, slowly adding in outposts across the map. He's a big fan of outposts, isn't he? And just not really willing to add in a second town center. I feel like he's had so many opportunities to add this second town center. He had one at 7 minutes, at 8 minutes, now again at 11 minutes he had one. So he's had about 3 opportunities to add in the second TC, but just not really looking for it. And now the beautiful composition coming out from the Viper, avoiding javelin throws, actually. I say that. No, never mind. He's not making javelin throws. So avoiding javelin throwers completely, which some would argue are the best unit by far that the Malians have got. An incredibly strong unit in the early game. Obviously, Donzo pretty good. It's up there. Nice little pick off there by Mabak. But now, going to have to fall back away from this position. The outpost has been upgraded, but it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter as Mabak, unfortunately, falls back away from that position. Another barracks coming up for him. Another 2 barracks going to be coming up for him. It looks like he's finally realized it's time for a second TC. He had a number of opportunities earlier in the game. You can see now he's also looking to pick up these berries back here. Is he taking the deer? Hasn't taken the deer just yet. He's still got a couple of them. They spawn at the front of his base as well, so always got to be a bit careful with the archery range going to be swapped out here instead. He's got this right on the edge. Take a look at this, right on the edge of the blacksmith. You love to see it when they're like this. It's beautiful. But doing the right thing, going for the archery ranges. This is definitely the correct choice here for Mabak. And now Viper, looking pretty decent in this feudal age play. The question's going to be whether he thinks about going for castle or whether he just wants to play it out in feudal. Now, the longer the feudal age goes, one would argue the better it gets for the Viper, because hopefully he realizes he's got access to javelins. Now, he hasn't made any javelins. We've witnessed him play 2 Malian games, and neither of the games he's made javelin throwers. But if he gets his hand on this unit, I've got a feeling. Hello, how you doing, mate? Look at Viper. Look at Viper. He's just like, I'm going to test every... You know what Viper's doing right now? Viper's literally zoomed in, and he's like, okay, okay, you do that. Okay, what do you do? Okay, look, he's individually splitting them up. I'm not even kidding you. The guy, he's zoomed in on these units. He is 100% zoomed in on them, and he's like, all right, I got one of every unique unit here. What do you guys do? Okay, I got an archer, I got a donzo, I got a javelin thrower, and now he's like, I like this so far. So he queues up a whole bunch of them. But now we've got a little bit of a push coming out meta out here, providing that additional attack speed here. But I'm back, looking to try and hold on. Second town center has not been added in. We can see that he's got the resources for it. Well, rather, he's got the stone for it. Now those Donzos getting off some decent throws. He hits the meta. Takes down to under half health. And now for the moment, Mabak looking to continue holding on. Still yet to add in. Look how far the deer have gone. Deer have made an absolutely massive walk. And now Viper, we're going to enter into the cinematic mode as Mabak looks to try and tank upon his opponent. Donzo's on the front, looking pretty damn hot. Archers on the backside, unfortunately going to get eaten up by those spy, but the Donzo's chasing them back. Javelin thrower just throwing its javelin, doing what it does best. Meta just continuing to move forward, and Mabak looking pretty solid in this fight. Sofa Warrior going to be coming in. Do not sleep on this unit as it hits the backline. An extra 2 damage against infantry, and it's better than nothing. That's what they say. But now Viper, sweet, oh my lord, look at the Sofa flank right now. You thought you were in the kitchen. No, bam, hit with the living room. It's a Sofa right there, and Mabak not looking pretty here in this game at all. Villagers moving out to repair this position, but unfortunately going to be losing so many. I got no idea where these Sofas came from. It looks like Viper literally just came out of a freaking Harvey Norman. That's a shop in Australia where you can buy sofas. But anyway, fellas, it's been an absolute pleasure casting this Viper game, this highly illegal, highly classified Viper game. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.